So, wow, few hordes coming down. I mean, it's just the warding game right here, unbelievable, Cap. We are at 23:02 right now in this game. But, you know, what are your thoughts on how the wards game is playing out, Cap, considering you are arguably the greatest support player of all time? Oh, actually, before we talk about that action on top, I'm sorry. We do see D-Sham and Kronos going on Fade. Kronos trying to come in here, blowing his ult now, actually taking Hanny out. Sorry to cut you off there, but go ahead and talk to us about how the ward game is playing out.
Hey, no problem. KDE finally started placing some real offensive wards, especially since that genocide. We actually see Plague Rider B-Diz coming out with the counter ward, taking down one of those wards, and we'll probably see the other ward that is up there going to be countered real soon. He's going for it. There it is. Yeah. So, B-Diz pulling out, taking out both of KDE's wards. You know, that's going to be real rough. They're going to have to, they don't have any vision of the forest, which is going to allow, these carries on Five's team to really, farm their own forest effectively, especially considering all the wards that they have. You see, they're completely blocking out all the entrances to the forest except for through the lane. That is actually the only way that anybody can get into that hellborn forest without being noticed. So, all around quality wards coming out from Five. I think they're doing a great job so far. But it looks like we got some
potential
action in the middle. So.
Yes, and we do see Zephyr, a bit of an overplay there, although he's backing up now. I thought he was a bit too far forward, but it does look like he is going to be going Nullstone, by the way. Now, who has single target abilities? Judgment. That, and of course, Stun coming out from Andromeda. But a Nullstone will...
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep calling it Judgment. Thank you. Yeah. That's actually huge. If Zephyr can either stop that opening stun from Andromeda or a swap to make sure that, you're not necessarily a bad position or that you don't get stunned, it's huge for initiation purposes. There's the swap, there's the stun, so that puts the slow out. I believe Defiler is not ulted. Zephyr actually throwing his ult down, trying to slow everyone around him to get away. Execution was out, didn't help. Plague ult did go out. Kronos coming in ulting there. And he's throwing out Elder Parasite. He's trying to take down Soul Reaper, but Soul Reaper nuking and being stunned also by Andromeda there. And Corrupted Disciple was trying to come in and do some work, but he's getting turned around on now. And that is just the power of Astrolabe, Soul Reaper, Defiler waving for the kill. And again, KDE coming out with a huge team fight. Plague ult went off really well. Kronos hit a good ult. Zephyr hit a good ult and got out of there. I was thinking that was going to be turned around by KDE, just showing you why Astrolabe on Soul Reaper, that healing power has the ability to turn anything around. But, yeah, that Nullstone, when Zephyr does farm it, is going to negate that swap that you saw, or the stun. It'll negate one spell, I want to say every 25 seconds. Cap, do you know the... 20?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it is 20. And yeah, it's a brilliant move right now from Sebuska, trying to pick up that Nullstone. I think it's a great idea, but oh wait, hold on, what is it? Yeah, cooldown 20 seconds. But yeah, because a team like KDE, especially a player like Levent, they know they need to save Demonic Execution for Sebuska. He's such a tank right now. He does so much damage over time that, it's going to be so useful to be able to gimp Zephyr when he's at half health, just completely take him down. So hopefully for Sebuska, hopefully what happens is, when these spells are flying around, Nullstone will be off cooldown when Demonic Execution goes off, but that's really just a really risky situation. It's quite a bit of a gamble from Sebuska. We'll have to see how it plays out for him.
Yeah, well, we like gambling and risky strategies over here in Las Vegas. That's actually where I'm coming at you guys from. So I'm a gambling man myself. I like to see some crazy stuff coming out like Buski's doing here with the Nullstone. But
yeah, it's a Sackstone on the Defiler now, and she also has a Void Talisman. She's getting pretty beefed.
Yeah, how's that going to play out through the rest of this game, Kazor?
Well, I think she just don't want to get focused by, Corrupted Disciple and Kronos getting, downed single-handedly. She wants her ulti to Unholy, I think it's Unholy Expulsion is named, yeah. She wants her ult to basically just do as much damage as possible and stay alive. So if they can't down Defiler and she can just still grave silence half of their team like all the time, it's gonna be really hard for them in the team fights mid game. And she's really fat now and she's very hard to kill. So basically they have to focus other heroes than Defiler, even though they really want to down Defiler when she pops her ult. So if they can get a really good team fight now, I think they're gonna actually win that as well, because the two team fights really turned this game.
Right, so, you know, right now Defiler, as you said, really fat, meaning obviously a lot of HP, really beefy, really hard to kill, along with the Void Talisman, gonna negate all that physical damage.
Yeah, and especially Chronos ult, and special Chronos ult.
Yep. And then Tobacco down here actually not having the best of games, as, you know, he didn't do too bad early top. But, you know, coming up here close to the 29-minute mark, we are at 28:52 into the game. Let's get a rundown of the stats here. We do have, you know, we'll just go right down here. We have KDE Levent on Soul Reaper at 329 gold a minute. Defiler, which is Mr. Pow, he's at 321. Kabapo, Andromeda on at about, oh, actually I take that back, we have a lot of action in mid, and we do see Chronos coming in with a huge ult. Defiler able to pop the Void Stone, or the Void Talisman, before the ult goes off. So as you say, KD, or I'm sorry, as you said, Kazor, that was perfect. Plague ult going off, Zeph ult going off, Sorry for coming in here, blowing all sorts of heal bombs. Everybody doing what they can. Judgment going off on Chronos, it takes him down. The Vent picking up a double kill. Wow, D-Cham healing on Zephyr, but he looks like he's out of tornadoes actually. And Hanny picking up a kill over there. I didn't quite see who it was on. KDE, just as you're saying, when Defiler blows that Void Talisman inside of Chronos ult, if he can get that off. Ooh, and it looks as though Zephyr might actually be caught here. He needs to be very careful. Zephyr eating a lot of damage, and he is done for. Hat trick, and that looks like it's a genocide. It is. And GG coming out by Angry Testy.
Wow, excellent team fight.
They've got to be very upset having the Soul Reaper Defiler combo coming in and carrying through the mid game after such a relatively dominant early game with 3 carries in the works. And that is actually the game. So let's go ahead, let's disconnect right now. Wow, I didn't expect it to end that soon. I definitely thought 5 might have had a chance to come back, but maybe they felt it was just too far out of their grasp. So for right now, any last thoughts on the game, Kazor?
I just gotta say that I think the team fight on bottom lane, where they got the first genocide, like KD just actually picked off the first genocide, I think that what really won them that team fight was Sapphire overplaying, and he didn't get to use any spells. He didn't get the gust off, he didn't get an ult up there, he just died. And basically Plage ultied into a creep wave, and that did no damage either. And they got off with that genocide like for KDE. And I think that would really turn the game for them. They got the tower pushed, they got genocide, they got to farm jungle freely for 1 minute, and that was really huge for them. And the last team fight as well, perfect items, and also they took Kongor down when they had the time for it. So the Soul Reaper, he survived basically by using a token, and yeah, and Defiler, she took like half that damage. They focused Defiler and then she popped it. So basically they wasted all their time focusing Defiler, and they couldn't kill her. So all the other heroes were fresh and just went in tower diving and killed the remaining players. And yeah, really excellent play by KD. Holy shit, that was some turnaround.
And Cap, anything to add?
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, 5, I didn't really like their picks. I think they got outpicked pretty hard, because when you run a Defiler like that, you really just can't be running 3, you know, physical damage carries like that. You gotta know that she's gonna be coming up with a voice. And that just really negated a whole lot of damage, potential damage that they tried to do to her. You know, usually against Defiler, you want a lot of pop, and they just didn't have that. They didn't have any whatsoever, and you know, any sort of long-term damage they had was really you know, mostly physical. So, you know, Void Talisman was, you know, a great choice by Defiler, but it was a really obvious one as well. So, you know, all around, and that, and some great play by Hanny, just you know, just really, KD did just a great job this game. So you know, hopefully we'll have to see how it turns out for the next 2 games in this tournament, best of 3.
All right, Zeno, any last words?
All I have to say is it was